Hello, Vidargavia here, and welcome to Between the Stars. Between the Stars, guys. A roguelike, procedurally generated but story-heavy space simulator type thing. Yeah, look at this NASA space station. We have the prologue here. It's a kickstarter. Go and support that if you like what you see here. We have the prologue here, which is basically chapter 1 of the story in Between the Stars. Yes, let's go for it. Jane or James? Well, let's go for Jane, why don't we? So this is, I've played this a little bit, guys, and this is one of the best games I've played in ages, honestly. It's super cool, and I hope you will enjoy me playing through this. This might be a little bit of a longer video, just because I enjoy this game so much, okay, so bear with me here. Now, Between the Stars, you are the leader of a spaceship.
Alert. Systems damaged. Warp drive pressure increasing.
Crew, boost warp drive to full power!
But Captain!
I said full power! That's an order!
Redistributing power. Capacitors charging in 4, 3.
Just a bit more.
Just a bit
Warp
more.
successful.
We've made it.
Successful. Okay, so this is our ship. Alright, now
My damage analysis.
we
Starting damage assessment protocol.
go forwards and backwards.
Testing main engines.
Okay, so we're moving backwards and forwards with a scroll wheel. Very nice. Very nice and intuitive. You see down there on the right, you see our speed. Now we're standing still. Now we're going backwards. And now we're going forwards as fast as we can.
Moderate
with the
damage.
thrusters.
Engines operational. Testing navigation systems.
W, rotate. A and D, rotate. Right. Q and E, turn. Very intuitive. W and S to W to go down and S to
Navigation
go up.
systems operational.
That's good.
Testing
Right.
power systems.
Use up arrow to assign all energy to the weapons. Left arrow to assign all energy to the engines. And right to do the shields.
Power distribution correct.
And you see again on the downstairs there, you see how
Captain,
we're sort of
we're
modifying
detecting
these
warp
things.
signatures in the vicinity.
We've been
X.
followed. Prepare for attack.
Look behind us. There are guys behind us. So let's power this baby up and shoot some stuff. And you just basically hold your left mouse button to shoot things. Or you can also press buttons, other buttons. You see we're being shot at as well here now. See if we can get on the tail of this dude. There he is. And he's dead. There are more guys, of course. Oh my goodness. It's really bad at the moment. Let's see here. There we go. Oh, that's an asteroid. Of course there are space sounds, which is kind of weird, but I don't know. What game would it be without sound, say? And do you see the red thing on my cursor there? That means that my gun is overheated. You can press up arrow to drop more power to the gun. There we go. There's one more thing left. See, this is so much fun! It's awesome, and there's a good story there as well.
Captain, reinforcements incoming. We need more firepower.
One of our shields has fallen.
Reinforcements, eh? Let's do it. Oh, what am I doing now? Pressing something. Help, help. Oh, thank goodness I got out of that mode. Direct nuclear missile. Oh, press 2. Then we're nuking him. There we go. Really nice explosions as well, guys. Music gets a bit old after a while. That's alright. Turn it off when we're done with the battle.
We have lost the shield.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We need shields, eh? And the final ship, I think. There we go. See, this game is really easy to get into. You know, all the action of it, and yet it's the story keeps me here. You'll see that later.
Good work, team. Is everyone all right?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you.
Captain, I've determined this news will cause a decline in crew morale of 64.7%. But I must inform you that the enemy bypassed our shields. 2 casualties confirmed.
Looting the ships, by the way, if you're wondering what I'm doing. If you see those cursors and those markers here on the screen, they indicate that there's a ship there that is lootable. Then there's a red, when you come near it and hover over it, there's a red thing here, and if you hold your mouse button on it, that's when you loot the ship. I'm just gonna drive around here for a little bit, loot the things. Alright, we're done with the looting. Let's see here. To open the inventory, and as you can see we have slots here, and we have quite a lot of stuff. That's because I looted things, and they are salvage pods. A bit like loot crates, you open them like that, you get some crap. This here is a corpse and another corpse, so we have 2 corpses from the battle. 2 of our crew members died. Let's just open these up. Oh man, it's loud. Found a heavy laser. Whoa. Gatling of the Republic. Nuclear missile launcher. Light plasma cannon. Light plasma cannon. Light cannon of the Republic. 1400. So this has 1100. 13 per second. So let's take this one and replace it with this one, eh? So this is our ship. We have 4 defensive modules, and we have something like or 6 offensive modules. They're not offensive, but there are 4 things that are killing things. And yeah, we can fiddle around with this much more later in the game, I'm sure. But for now...
System analysis. Critical. Repairs needed immediately.
Alright. Mai, what's our current position?
We are currently in the Thamus 6 sector. It is on the outskirts of the Interstellar Republic's headquarters.
We should be able to reach it using our drive engines.
Preparing warp drive.
Press M to look at the map, and apparently this is typically generated. I don't know what parts of it is, because it's quite story heavy, okay? Quite story heavy, as you will see. But okay, yeah, so I think the location of planets is like semi-procedural at least. And probably once you come to a place, that's also procedural where things are. But
warp drive engines damaged. Jump impossible.
Mai, which is the closest space station in this sector?
It's the trade station and Terra's port.
Okay. Set in the coordinates.
Coordinates set.
Okay, so now we have a green thing on our screen. Let's try and drive to that. I can't drive to that. Yeah, there it is. Alright, so that's an objective, and so we can just sort of aim towards it, and then press... we can't drive here on our impulse engines, I think. But we can just press space.
Mai, situation report on Antaros port.
Accessing database.
Yeah.
This station
in this mode
serves
we
as
can
a
also
crucial
still
hub for
steer.
business tycoons and mining sector speculators. It has a large port specialized for trade freighters that return full of materials from mining settlements. They also swear they have the best beet soup recipe in the universe.
Beet soup? That's funny. Here's the space station. Yeah, that wasn't very far now, was it?
Captain Scott from the 5th Republic Fleet here. We request docking permission.
Station control tower here. Dock at the assigned bay. Over.
And the assigned bay is the
Receiving
blue thing there
coordinates.
under my cursor.
Establishing communication. Docking protocol prepared.
I think it's lovely. It's lovely looking, guys. I mean, the acting leaves something to be desired. Maybe, you know, it's not professional, but it's good enough. And it's really cool. They have these commercial things. It's very Blade Runner-esque, in my opinion. And it's sort of taken all the difficult bits out of things like Elite Dangerous or something like that. Just making it a really nice game to just, you know, sink into for a little bit. So for instance, landing here, we just need to get into the green bit here. Then it sort of does the rest for us. We're a bit too far out, I think. Let's back up a bit. No. Probably good enough. And then we wait a few seconds without moving. And it's docking for us. I'm not touching anything at the moment. That's the sort of thing I like. It's like an Elite Dangerous Light. Guys, do you remember the old Elite game? That was a great game. I'm old. You discover a great commotion around the freighters on the station when you exit your ship. You hear shouts from all angles and merchants bidding over increasing numbers of merchandise. Bidding ever-increasing numbers of merchandise. Your crew and yourself leave the freighters behind and search for a repair workshop. Find yourself looking at the neon lights when somebody bumps into your shoulder. Ouch, that hurts. It's a scruffy young woman who begins to collect spanners and metallic objects of all sorts to add on her as she tries to steady herself. Sorry, I wasn't looking. Oh no, it was my fault entirely. Oh, excuse me, Captain. Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Susan. I'm the head of the Pulsar Ship Repair Workshop. What can I do for you? Actually, we were just looking for a repair shop. You walk together to the docking bay where your ship is docked, and Susan rubs her eyes incredulously. No way! AKP 554 SC warship. A KP... Yeah, okay, never mind. You know what I mean, guys. You know what I mean. It's completely totaled. How did you manage to... Susan sighs deeply. Alright, we can do it, but it won't be cheap or easy. The repair cost highly exceeds your credit account. After negotiating, you agree to handle a series of tasks for her in return for payment. In the meantime, she shall give you a completely operational ship. Transmission room something something. Of course, Captain, there's a transmission bay in the next district over. I can show you the way. Large spaceship stations often have a transmission system highly superior to that of a normal ship. You walk through the station until reaching the transmission bay where you encounter two guards. After identifying yourself, you are allowed to pass and spot the transmission crew busily sending coordinates and data to nearby stations. You are granted a terminal in order to send a situation report to the Republic. Captain Scott here. We're transmitting from the Antros Port station in sector Tama 5. 6. Tama something. You can't be that serious. You can't be that picky, can you? Admiral Shaw says, Captain Scott, we were expecting your arrival 2 Earth days ago. Yes, sir. We ran into problems. We were following the trail of a slaver network in the Lithoba 1 sector. We infiltrated their base and obtained a crucial part of their information that you asked us for, but our scientists are still unable to decipher it. During our retreat, we were ambushed by an assault fleet. We thought we had left them behind when we arrived at this sector, but we were intercepted. We finally managed to fence off the enemy ships. She's just basically telling the story herself. Destroyed. I'm sorry to hear this, Captain. We'll give them the sending off they deserve. What is your ship's current status? Well, it's totaled. Yes. As one of the most experienced captains of the Republic, your presence is required as head escort and reception of our guests. Every government body of the universe, mind you, That's the scope of this thing. Shall be present and will set aside their differences in favor of new era of peace and prosperity. Don't worry, we'll get there, mate. Alright, let's see here, guys. I have a feeling that we should turn off or radically turn down the music. Okay, there we go. Sorry if it's been a little bit loud. Back. Continue. Right, so yeah, you can probably get this game very soon on Steam. But for now, we need to hand over the corpses. I seem to experience a bug here with the cursor. Yeah, so we need to hand over the corpses. We basically to make funeral, and this tutorial that is up here in the right hand side corner, when you're in this menu, it's a little bit annoying because you can't quite make out what's on here, but you can see there's a nice corpse there. And we make funeral for that as well. And then we need to go to the Antheros freighter. Accept contract. So now we have a quest, basically. That's a questing system in the background here. And so this is the new ship we're gonna borrow from the mechanic. It's already equipped with various things. I think we're gonna just leave it like it is. And I don't know what our objective is here. Oh yeah. Basically to get out of here and exit.
Everyone to their posts, we must find that missing freighter.
Captain, do you think it could have been an attack?
It's strange. If it had been an attack, the security systems would have asked for a security detail from the station, and they would have come to its aid.
They could have used a signal inhibitor to cut communications.
The asteroid cluster where the ship was seen doesn't correspond to any commercial route. Decree M22, under Republic law, restricts commercial routes in order to guarantee the safety of its freighters. This behavior would be a direct violation of Organic Space Law 412, Section 2/08.
Sorry guys, I accidentally landed there in the middle of everything. Okay, so we're going to the something cemetery here. And yeah, this is a much smaller ship, as you can see. Much smaller, right? But this game is beautiful. I think it's beautiful models. I'm super impressed by it. And there's good light engine, combat feels good, steering feels good, and all sorts of things. Let's press space while we wait here. And you know, it's just overall really nice game experience, really nice gameplay and stuff. Or maybe we're not going to there. Maybe we're going to here. I don't know now. Where are we going? The green arrow? Oh, the green arrow is the space station. Oh, I'm so confused. Turn it. I think we're going here, guys. We'll see. We'll see. This is something anyway, so yeah. Not too worried. And we're getting near. Can you see the debris, guys? I have a bad feeling about this.
We've arrived at the freighter's last known coordinates, Captain.
There doesn't appear to be anything here. Mai, can you scan the area?
I detect irregular radiation readings coming from the middle of the cluster.
Let's take a look.
I think it's over there, guys. See something lootable maybe, or something like that. Let's go over and have a little gander. Or if you're an autonomy student, a gander. Glander.
Captain, we found the source of the radiation. We should proceed to scan.
Affirmative. Mai, prepare the analysis module.
Preparing the scan system.
Yeah, there's a doohickey in space, guys. Aim and keep right mouse button held. Scan the radiation's origin. Well, I assume it's this thing here.
Scan complete, Captain. It's a fragment of the freighter's calibration reticle. I am 98% positive that the damage and radiation emissions confirm a plasma cannon attack.
This looks like the result of an attack. Mai, can you follow the radiation signature?
Comparing samples. Similar readings found in nearby coordinates. Establishing route.
Go to the next blue thingy. we go. Yeah, the old Elite games, guys. Man, I played it on my Commodore 64. Mostly harmless is what I ended up with in the beginning, and I had to work really hard to get good at that game. This game is not at all like that. This game is very easy to get into,
Captain,
you know?
we're being hailed. Shall we accept the call?
Affirmative.
Ex-Pleo, commander of the Starship Insurrection of the pirate fleet here. I order your immediate retreat. This frigate is now under our control. Surrender or we'll open fire.
This is the captain of the warship Genesis of the Interstellar Republic. I demand you halt your activities immediately.
Captain Scott? Of the warship Genesis? In that hunk of junk?
You asked for it, crew!
There we
Power!
go, we have a battle on our hands. Ship down. Back up a little bit here. See what we can do. This is fun. This is good fun, guys. Good solid fun. Oh no, there's a laser! I might have nuked him. I might have nuked him a little bit, guys. Just a tiny bit. Oh, I can steer as well, maybe. Whee! Where are we at? There he is. You're dead, dude. Dude, you're dead, man. These cannons. Go. You see us Goblin Pie, guys. Hopefully there's something to loot now as well.
Captain, the ship's remains correspond to the freighter we've been searching for.
We have to look for survivors, and confirm the shipment was in fact stolen.
Preparing to board.
Okay, we're gonna board the ship, but I want to look for loots first. Okay, just hold on, game. I mean, I want them loot crates, don't I? Oh, okay, I don't get the option. You enter what was left of the freighter as the bay doors closed behind you. Within it, you find the remains of what used to be an enormous commercial freighter. You can see all sorts of supplies and objects on the floor, accompanied by what was once their crew. After some time searching the corridors, you come to a passageway with two possible paths. Left or right, eh? It's not exactly the best choice in the world, but let's go left. Your crew and you advance through the corridor you've chosen. The further in the ship you go, the more you get the feeling that you are not alone. After a while you reach another crossway. Continue to the left. You reach a small chamber where the path splits off into two directions again. One of the specialists says, "Captain, I think we've been here already." You look a bit closer and you're almost sure you're back at the first turn you made. Now let's go to the right then. Crew and you advance through the corridor, blah blah blah, after the right crossway. Okay, let's go left then. You reach a small chamber where the path splits off into two directions again. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go left and then right. Oh, okay, so let's go right. And then right. After walking in circles, you arrive at the hallway and a bay door that opens in front of you. Through the door frame and still within the darkness, you are able to make out a faint light. Let's enter. As soon as you enter, the bay doors close and the lights turn on. At the end of the room, you see the raw protonite shipments stacked in rows that emit light rays of light. A robotic voice surprises you. It seems to be the ship's MAI system. Intruders detected in the loading bay, activating security protocol, opening evacuation bay doors. They're gonna blow us into space, guys. Oh well, I'm gonna ride my high horse here. Halt! We are the crew of the Starship Genesis. Bugger off. The AI waits for a few seconds and begins to speak again. Opening suspended, validation error. They are intruders. I'm Captain Scott. We're here to rescue the freighters. Establishing analysis. Probability of intruders not being identified as intruders, 100%. We hear the servo motors of the evacuation bay doors screech. If you open the bay doors, the shipment will be lost. Negative. The shipment has been anchored here to ensure its security. You can see the chests have mechanical anchors latched to the door, although some are completely damaged. Okay then, we are intruders. Zero probability that the intruders are identified as intruders. Establishing analysis. Error. The AI begins to calculate probabilities while it seems confused. Only someone who isn't an intruder would claim they are. If the intruder claims it's an intruder, probability protocol incompatible. As it exclaims different errors, you hear the voice shut down due to a logical error. The bay doors close. You are now out of danger. Remind me to never upset our MII. And then we get some winnings. Raw protonite. Yes, I will accept.
Let's go back to the
winnings.
station to inform Susan.
What kind of pirates assault a protonite freighter just to abandon it?
X-Player's weapons do not correspond to the radiation we've been following.
Captain, the coded data seems to follow the same pattern obtained in the slaver's base. Our team can't undertake an investigation. We haven't found enough matches.
Okay, not enough matches. Let's just clear up this mess here. Take what we can, scavenge. Alright, and I think we're off to go back to the space station here, guys. Let's have a look and see what happens next in the story. Of Between the Stars. Yeah, Between the Stars, guys. Man, I am so chuffed about this game. I hope it comes out soon. I will buy it, for sure. So after a while of playing Elite, the original on my Commodore 64, I got so good at it
Comms Chief,
that I
request
could...
permission to dock.
Sorry.
Station control tower here. Dock at the assigned bay. Over.
Yeah, I became so good at it. Oh, can you shut up, stupid
Establishing
game?
communication. Docking protocol prepared.
I'm trying to talk here. I have an interesting story to tell. Damn it. Yeah, I got so good at it that I could dock without problems. I could undock, or whatever it might be called, without problems. I could even attack and take out a couple of those alien ships. The Torgoids? I can't remember what they were called, man. But anyway, I could do that. And I got really, I got so good at it that it was just so much fun to play it. And this game, Beyond the Stars, feels like when I was good at Elite, you know what I mean? Even though I'm not good at this game yet. So, there are questions here, for me, about whether this game is going to be too simple once you're used to it, or too repetitive because there's not enough depth in it, or things like that. But for what I see so far, it's really, really nice. We get to the docking port where your ship is located. In it, you spot Susan, who rushes to meet you. You've returned. Had we found anything? We found the freighter. There weren't any survivors. That can't be. I knew the pilot ever since we were kids. Were you able to recover the cargo? Yes, we were. Well, at least there's some good news. Chirpy as ever. My friend is dead, but I got the stuff. Since you need the ship as soon as possible, maybe your engineers could help us. Could you process the protonite slabs and fabricate a new ion reactor? Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes, yes. So let's see. Go to the department screen of the inventory and salvage the raw protonite. So we need to go to departments here. And go to the scrapping workshop, and let's see, engineer 1111. We need to add the protonite here. Scrap. And we need to add a person here as well to this, because otherwise it won't do it. So then we can press scrap, and it'll scrap things. So then, as we get more members of staff, we can assign them to the sick bay, the engineering workshop, and the research lab. Scrapping workshop, of course. And so now we got some protonite, very nice. with the obtained materials, fabricate an iron reactor. So I assume we want to have an iron reactor. Oh, of course, it's the last thing I look at, isn't it? So let's build that with the help of this person here. Yeah. Build. So this is interesting, right? This speaks for the game that there are more things to do, right? You can place things on your ship, you can buy and sell, and you can also research things and, you know, craft new things and things like that. So that speaks for it. What I did really like in Elite, though, was the trading system, and I haven't seen any of that sort of stuff in this game so far, and that is a bit of a shame. Seems like this is more of a military story than it is of the free trader type story. An excellent job. With this we'll have everything we need to finish the repairs. I have another favor to ask you in the meantime while we're finishing things up. Speak with me when you're ready to go. Yes. We are going to ask the inspection, yes. Accept contracts. And then I think we can just leave, right?
Well, we have a long way to go. We should depart. Engines on maximum drive.
Unauthorized order. You lack bridge privileges.
It's a matter of security, Mr. Huggins. The last Protonite shipment was assaulted.
Captains are not what they used to be. If a pirate ship attacked me, there wouldn't be enough space for them to hide.
We're sure of that.
But alright guys, I've just had a look at the time we play this game, and I think we're going to have to call this episode 1 of Beyond the Stars. So yeah, we're going to continue with this story. We're going to see who this captain is, where he wants us to go and inspect, and how the story ends in the next episode, guys. For now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!